Hi, I'm Mandy and I am a makeup artist. I've retired, but I love makeup, and I love making myself up. So what I did today, I have to tell you, I haven't worn makeup since 2016 when I had breast cancer, and then I lost the will to live putting on makeup. I love doing makeup on other people, and I stopped work and I discovered that I love makeup. I managed to sell some of my kit, but there are lots of it which is here, which I want to use, and I want to show you how to use it. And I also looked online and I looked at what other people were doing, what other makeup artists were doing, and the makeup that I saw for mature ladies like myself, although I like to think I'm still quite young, was horrific, because I think no one that was doing the makeup ever made people look pretty or themselves. They just whacked on a load of makeup and it looks appalling. So I did a quick makeup on myself before, and this is the first time I have worn makeup since 2016, so it was a big thing for me to do. And I will what I'll do is I will tell you what I've done, because I'll have to take my glasses off because I can't see anything. So first of all, I used a base, and my phone is ringing, so it's probably some wonderful producer who wants to produce me. But I keep my kit to a minimum, and there are certain things in my kit, as the time goes on, if I do more demos, I will show you things that I just can't do without, and which I have used since God was a boy, if that's the right expression. So first of all, I did my base. And I must be honest, I can't remember what I used. It was just what was there, and I love mixing colours, because if you look at people's skin, no one is one colour. So you'll have one colour here, one colour there. So I mix my colours up and I blend it. I only take my makeup, if I put foundation cream on, I never take it further or any close to the hairline. And then, so I put my foundation cream on, I blended it. I like to use my pink babies. Oh, I love them, I can't be without them. These are really good for putting on makeup, they're really good for taking off makeup. They're good for everything, to be honest with you. And it's a really simple thing. What I tend to do is to stipple the makeup on, rather than pull the makeup and drag it down. So I stipple it, blah, 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 you can see, and I take it all over my face, and I leave the hairline, so that when I come to blend it, and I will use a clean, I forgot what you call them already, and I will just blend it out. And the idea is really to get as much light as you possibly can, and let it just sit, and then blend it so that it sets. And then the next thing I did on my eyes was my eyebrows, and I haven't got any anymore. So this was a challenge, and I must be honest, I'm not sure I did it. I think I got a bit carried away with doing it, and it's a little heavy, and I don't think, looking in the mirror, that I got the colour right. But it's very difficult when your hair is white and you've no eyebrows. But this was the first time, remember, in 4 years I've put any makeup on, and I'm just spitting to prove a point. Then after that, I put some eyeshadow on. I have these little palettes, Z palettes. I am a palette possessive makeup artist. I love everything to be in one place. What I can't bear or couldn't bear was having lots of jars of things and having to open everything up to see what it is. So I decant everything. So I have hundreds of palettes. I couldn't even tell you, I think one or two I can tell you who the brand was. I use these ones because you can use them wet or dry, but I think you can do that with any eyeshadow. So what I've done is I've put a little bit of a warm colour on my eye. I have used a brush, but my brushes aren't here. Just taken it very gently over the eye, then over the other eye, and hope to goodness I can get them both the same. And so the trick with a more mature skin is not to take the eyeshadow too far up, because what happens, you get these deep lines here, and what looks awful is when people start highlighting here. So it's good to, what I do, this is the way I do it. I look at myself, put the makeup on, I look away, and then look at myself, and what shouts in my face, I will do something about it, either take it off or start again, or just very gently get a clean brush and just blend it. I personally don't like socket lines. I like to have my colour, but I think what's happened, because my eyes are so set back now, I've got a natural thing of socket lines. So I'm going to just put a tiny bit of a lighter colour as a highlighter and just take it over very gently under the eyebrow, and that's it. A little bit of mascara. I have to have a magnifying. It has to be there before I can use it. So, and what I did, having looked at it now, I used a concealer, a highlighter underneath here. And there's a trick that everyone should do when you're going to put a socket, not even a highlighter, but you're going to do something underneath the eye to make it look, to take away the lines, is to get a mirror, hold the mirror, bend your head, hold on, I've got to get this right. Yeah, that's it. You hold it up, you lift the eye up, and you put your concealer just where the light hits where it's dark. Not there, just there. It's a really easy way to put highlighter or concealer here. And be very, very careful that you don't bring it down onto the face, because you're just highlighting the cheeks and all this goes. A little bit of powder. I also like to put powder over everything, so that when I come to do mascara, the mascara gets much thicker. Then I've done my eyebrows, and I used a colour I don't think I've ever used before. I must be honest, the first time I put makeup on in 4 years, and I wasn't sure one is slightly darker than the other, and I think it looks ridiculous with my grey hair, but hey, I don't care. Used to have red hair, wasn't natural, but who knows. So then I put a little bit of blusher on, some powder, and I put a little tiny bit of colour on my lip. And it's the first time, please bear with me, it's the first time I've worn makeup since 2016, so it's a big, big deal. But now next time I'll be a little bit more organised, and also I'll be familiar with what I'm using. But my makeup, I must be honest, I've had for quite some time. I mean, I used to just buy every weekend. I used to go shopping. My mother used to go mad. I just bought and bought and bought. So I had 3,000 brushes, lots and lots of mascara. Little tip, you must never pump your lipstick. If you want lipstick to last, wrong thing. Anyway, this is a Chanel, which is not a mascara. But if you pump your mascara, you're pumping air into it, and it will just dry out. I am very Jewish and very frugal, and the idea is that you put it in, take it out, take off the excess, and bang, 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 and put it back. I must be honest, I've had my mascaras for about 5 or 6 years, possibly more, because I am Jewish and I don't like throwing anything away. But there was a time when I used to just go every weekend and buy more makeup, and so these are fine. And you can always tell. I have worked with a makeup artist whose name I cannot say, but she knows who she is. I remember working with her, and she brought her mascara out, and you could smell a mile off it was off. And she said it doesn't matter, they wouldn't know. So what she used to do was she used to hold it over here and then do their makeup so they didn't know. But I think she can afford to buy a new mascara now. And I agree, so don't collect too much. I have a few. Oh, the other thing is a tip. I put my pencils in the freezer, and I let the lead freeze, and it's easier to sharpen them. You won't, if you let them too soft and you try and sharpen them, you'll just go zoo zoo, and you'll end up with a little one like that. So my plan is for you all is basically to pass on my tips, and I think my tips gave me the confidence to teach. And I've loved what I've done. I love teaching, and I'm very grateful for all the lovely ladies, and you know who you are, who gave me jobs. So I want to pass on my experiences to you and everything. So if you have anything you'd like to ask, anything you want to know, then I'm here to help. And I will go through everything, all the makeup, bit by bit, so you know what happens. Because the thing with makeup that a lot of makeup artists forget is you could put this makeup on at 3:30 in the morning, and it's still got to look as fresh, maybe 10, 11 o'clock at night if you're still shooting. And I will show you ways of doing it, and I will also show you everything that I use that I personally couldn't do without, and recommend to you. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you soon.